Hi guys, just a quick look at the Superstar, the SS 3900 black here, and I'm looking at this Eurosonic handheld with an LCD display. I believe it's PS equals push squelch or change squelch. I think it's like a reminder to ask you to break the squelch for some reason. Anyway, so we're on channel 16. This is a 2781 CB radio handheld from roughly 1993, I'm going to say, something like that. Made in Taiwan. Actually made in Korea, I've just looked on the back. So made in Korea, circa 1993, that sort of era. Comes with this centre-loaded sort of rubber duck, as they call it, antenna. I've got it on a power supply at the moment because it takes 10 batteries or 8, 1.5 volts with a 2 dummy cells to make about 12, 13 volts. I've got it on a 13.8 volt supply here. I'm just going to test the audio on the transmit and receive, and I brought it here to check out the signal meter because it's quite a lazy signal meter. This is, so let me just test that. Now this is on a dummy load at the moment, so it won't obviously. Oh, some feedback, so that's about right on a dummy load, since it's not actually attached to an antenna. When it's attached to an antenna, it goes all the way over almost. I do need to turn the needle up a little bit in this, but I don't particularly like to mess with them. There's no reason to mess with them. So let's just check that out again. Audio 1 2 3 1 2 3. Audio 1 2 1 2. Pretty good audio on that there. It's got a microphone, a very small 3 very small holes at the bottom there, small apertures at the bottom there. You have to put your mouth right next to it, hence the sort of condensation off my breath there. So you have to put your mouth right up against it. It does say microphone there on the plastic. Yeah, you do have to eat it. 1 2 1 2, check 1 2. But the audio is really nice when you do that. Pretty good transmit, as you can see on the screen there. This is on low power, so it goes up to 3 on the scale. That's just the signal meter, and it does about, what's that, about 0.4 of an amp on transmit, so 0.5, so 0.42 to make it to 9.9, 900 milliamps. So, and then the high power, that's about 1 watt, I think. Last time I checked. And then the high power goes full scale deflection up to 30 plus. Obviously that's the signal meter, and it pulls about just under an amp, 0.8, 800 milliamps, something like that. Yeah. And 1.5 amps in total, and 100 and 1300, yeah, 1.3 something, 1.37 amps on total with the draw of the radio. The draw on its own is, let's have a look, just turn the Superstar off, let's get a good accurate reading. So that's on high power, so it's about 900 milliamps on high power, and low power is about, what's that, about half, yeah, it's about right. So it's about 1 or 2 watts, and then it's about 3 or 4 watts on high power. I've got one that does about 5, it might have been fiddled with inside. So back to the audio checks then. I've got the Superstar, so I've just done the audio check on the transmit. Obviously, I'll just go through the features quick on this. So it's a nice radio. It's got light, which you turn the light on and off, and it stays on because there's no circuitry in between. That's just on and off, which is really nice. It looks like 2 LEDs either side of the LCD display. You've got FM there because there's no AM on this radio. PS, I think that's something to do with the squelch, because as soon as you open it, it's not a fault because it would come up error or something. I think the other one does it as well. I've got 2 of these. I think it's meant to push squelch, maybe, I'm not sure. But it's just reminding you that there's nothing there. Then you've got to open the squelch, I think, or to turn it down. Let me just check on that. Yeah, it's just literally that. And then when it's on receive, yeah, you've got the full scale there. Is this into a dummy load? I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's into a dummy load. So that's full, and let's just check the audio. 1 2 1 2. Audio 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. Check. Now it's really good, that is, and the Superstar there in the background you can see doing about 4 watts, something like that, into a dummy load now. This is channel 16 of the UK. I don't think it would actually be legal to transmit on this radio, on this Superstar. It is legal to transmit on this one. This is a 2781 approved unit. So let's just have a look then. Let's just have a look at the scan feature. So if I scan now, key up on that channel, yeah, got a bit of splatter. Yep, perfect. 1 2 1 2. Check. I think it carries on scanning. Yeah, it does carry on scanning. So there's no real functionality. On the side here, we've got PTT, push to talk, and then channel up and down. Real simple, nice tactile feel to the buttons. They don't make things like this anymore, even though this is mid-90s-ish. Oh, I've got something on. No. The display isn't great without the backlight, but I presume you would be probably using this outdoors. So you can see channel up, channel down there. I don't think there's much on today. Plus I'm quite low down in the room with this antenna for the filming. So we'll stay on 16. So yeah, so you've got signal stroke radio frequency transmits power on the... It's nice to have a bar graph on that. That is really nice feature. That's why I like this model. The light on off, as I said, scan, just showing you that. High low power. And that's it pretty much. There's nothing else to it. There's a side port with a 12 volt in what I'm using here to power the radio. And a 125 milliamp charger, which I presume charges the batteries on the inside. I presume you can do both at once. I'm not sure. I haven't really checked that. There's that PS on the screen again. I'm going to have to research that because I actually forgot before I started filming what it means, what it meant. So yeah, I'm going to have to look into that. But yeah, I think it's something to do with the squelch. Because as soon as you break the squelch, it goes away. Then it comes on after about X amount of seconds. But yeah, real nice radios these were, but they didn't work great. They were just on this frequency. You're not, because you need because it's the 11 meter band. The antenna needs to be, I'm not going to say 11 meters because I don't know enough about antennas, but it needs to be halfway possibly or something like that. So 5.5 meters or whatever it is. That's my understanding of it. Either way, you need to have a bigger antenna than this, although this is a center loaded antenna, which helps. And it's also got, I believe it's like wound, so it's about 12, 13 inches or 300 millish in length, maybe slightly less, something like that. Between, yeah, 250 and 320 mil, something like that, roughly. Anyway, there it is, the Sonic. It's the Eurosonic, which took over Sonic. And it's, I believe they took over Sonic or renamed it. CB 2781, 1981, legalised, 27 megahertz. And it's the ES, Eurosonic 200, not sure what that stood for. And LCD, because it's got an LCD screen in it. Very nice, legible screen with a light on. Not so legible, not so legible with the screen off. Let's just have a look. And if you hold these down, it whizzes through the channels real quick. It looks like we've got something on one of the channels there, one of the low channels. 8. It's actually decent receive on it, just not a very good transmit. It's as good as receive as any scanner would be on this frequency. It's just not a great transmit, for reasons I've just sort of half explained. You need a longer antenna. Anyway, I was trying to press the light, wasn't I? Yeah, the LCD is not great. You do need quite a bit of light on it. That's a lot worse to the eye, that is. I've got just a normal light bulb on in this room. That's not that visible, but it's best off with the LCD on, the LED on, which I believe is 2 LEDs, one either side. Getting slightly warm now, but very slightly warm. Let's go and have a quick look at that before we finish on that. I think it's probably upper sideband. I'll just turn the Eurosonic off. Let's give it its 5-yearly run. Okay, let's have a look. We're in the right block. Yeah, we must be. Open the squelch. Go to about being one of the low channels. No, it's got to be 16 upwards because that's the UK 40. Just switch back over to the antenna. So it's got to be over that. Is it the right block here? Double high, yeah, it's the right block. Yeah. And there's the UK 40, channel 19. Not a great deal on. Okay guys, that's it for now. I'm going to do some more videos like this soon and probably do a bit more on digital scanning. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.